Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday, Hump Day, and we're ready to bring you all the action. Tonight, it'll be the Utah Jazz going up against the Detroit Pistons here at Little Caesars Arena. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. On our sideline reporting tonight, Allie LaForce. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They're obviously disappointed with how things are going. Momentum working right now against them.
And I think for Detroit, they came out of the gate swinging this season, fighting their way up the rankings. You just hope they can sustain this pace as the season wears on.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Tobais Harris is out there with Bailey. Then it's Collier. Then it's George. And it's Kessler in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. For the Pistons, the wing pair we'll see going is going to be Ivy and Thompson. Lauri Markkanen is out there with Durham. And it's Cunningham in at the point guard. And we talk about experimenting with lineups early on, DB. What are some examples of that?
Well, you can have two extremes, right? The modern NBA. Most teams need some sort of small ball lineup that they finish with. But we are also increasingly starting to see teams play with multiple bigs on the floor. You have to be able to have multiple tools in your toolbox.
And no shortage of agility for Bailey. He just leaps up to the rim.
Cunningham outside. That one's in, his first shot this game.
And this is the beauty of Cunningham. He can score from anywhere on the floor. That length, obviously, a huge advantage.
Here's Collier. Last game, 26 points. Harris passes to Bailey. George with no one around. A three-pointer off the mark. So DB, after winning the Most Improved award back in 2023, it's been hard for Markkanen to reach that level again.
I think one thing that happens, Kevin, when you become the focal point of the opponent's scout, you're getting the best defender, you might be getting multiple defenders, and that takes some time to adjust to.
Here's Collier following the bucket by the Pistons. No good on his first attempt of the game.
Listen, that's a good shot for him. He just couldn't connect.
Ivy with the bucket.
He's a big combo guard, and Ivy plays with no fear in that.
For Utah, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Harris outside. Launches a 3. That one's in, his first shot this game.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Thompson, a screen on George. George with the steal. Fast break, here we go. The Jazz working the ball around now. For 3, Harris. Duran pulls it in. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Utah.
And going back a season ago, it was a win for both sides in their 2 meetings.
You know, despite the disparity in talent, these two teams played each other tough last year. Let's see how competitive they are this time around.
That 3 off target had some space there after the little pump fake. Harris dishes to George. Back to Harris. Kessler, a screen on Markkanen. Harris passes to Kessler. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
Yeah, Kessler right in that restricted area. Good finish.
I'm told now by our producer, do we have him, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charania. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Thanks. Well, the Detroit Pistons, looking to build on last season's breakthrough. Coach J.B. Bickerstaff said Kate Cunningham's leadership makes his job easier. And all that aside, Bickerstaff said their fierce style is key, adding, win or lose, we win the fight.
Not a team to be taken lightly. Thanks a lot, Shams. For three, Harris, they get the rebound. Kessler, no good.
Sometimes you just lose that little bit of focus, and this is what happens.
Count the basket.
Oh, interior defense doesn't hold back against Ivy, but he just explodes right by them and gets it to go.
Here's Bailey. Kessler, a screen on Markkanen. Harris, no good.
How about this? He cannot find his rhythm in this period. This has been tough sledding.
To the paint. Here's Duran. And Duran slams it in.
One thing I really like about Asar Thompson, he's a team-first guy, always willing to make the extra pass.
Outside, George. Harris setting the pick for George. Good as the jump shot falls. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Pistons ahead. They lead by 3. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. Guys, what do you think so far from what we've seen from the Pistons?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. They've got Martin. Nurkic is out there with Kyle Filipowski. And it sends the ball in at the shooting guard. Now, here's LeVert. Pass to Sasser. Just 5 on the clock. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. Sasser's got the lead up to 6 now for the... Let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. The Pistons are improving on both ends, but particularly on defense. Cade Cunningham said, everybody is stepping up on that end and taking the challenge to guard. We have a good system that allows us all to play our strengths. We're still hungry, though. We're not satisfied at all. Back to you guys.
More to prove. Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report. And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. And people, Doris, talk about the right time for a team to go all in. What goes into that decision, do you think?
Well, first and foremost, if you are having a high measure of success, it becomes about how do we sustain this roster to not miss the window to compete for championships. If you're talented and you're winning, how do you do the best you can to sustain that kind of success?
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Thompson, he's checked in for Holland. Ivy comes in for Karis LeVert. And Cade Cunningham subbed in for Marcus Sasser. Now, here's Ivy. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Good.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Harris outside. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. It's off his leg. And it's whistled a kick. Duran, he's checked in for Kevin Love. Walker Kessler, he's checked in for Utah. Here's Collier. He has yet to score. 6 on the shot clock. To halt the run, Robinson pulls it in. Pistons leading by 10. And in the summer of 2022, Greg, the Utah Jazz traded away their franchise cornerstones, Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell.
And that signaled the beginning of their rebuild, but they've overachieved for a couple seasons now that ended last year when they really bottomed out.
And Kessler throws it down.
Well, tremendous strength and authority on that dunk. Nicely done, Walker Kessler.
Now Ivy, his last outing, 16 points for him. Cunningham outside. That three off the mark. Jazz trail by 8.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
1:53 left in the first half. Here's the screen. Back to Filipowski. Missed inside. For Detroit, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. George with the steal. They push it up 4 on 3. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Pass to Ivy. Outside for Robinson. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Jazz trail by 8. Harris inside. Robinson on him. Does not score again. That's his 4th miss against 1 made. Robinson sets a screen for Cunningham. Detroit needs to get off a shot. Here's Ivy. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Harris hooking it over. Here's Filipowski. Good. Harris gets the assist. Harris has got 3 assists tonight.
And really no longer a ball stopper. Harris has significantly improved his passing ability over the years.
And here's Ivy. 6 points for him. Duran with the screen on George. Cunningham passes to Duran. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
The big guy attacking the rim. The throwdowns are loud and emphatic.
Detroit shooting their first free throw of the night.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
That's good from Duran. And so it's the Detroit Pistons in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We come back right after this.
Please direct your attention now to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll, please. Oh, left window. One more time around the book.
Welcome, everyone, as we dig into the details. Things working out so far for the Detroit Pistons.
Hey, living in the paint is good living. Take it from me.
Yeah, this team doesn't settle. They're aggressive and they're physical. It's impressive to watch.
And time now to swing it around as we take a look at the upcoming schedule.
You look at the Pistons, you watch their games. They've had some highs, some lows. Still putting it all together.
Which you could say about most teams around this time of year.
Yeah, not a big insight, big fella.
What?
Now, we're just messing with you. We're just messing with you.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, one half to go. We've seen Jalen Duren really having a great game.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low, just great work.
At the guard spots, we'll see Cunningham and Ivy. Asar Thompson is out there with Lauri Markkanen. And it's Duren in at center. That's the group for Detroit right now.
What I appreciated about Thompson is his recognition. He knows when to force the issue and when to pull back.
That free throw good from Thompson. And this young Pistons team, GA, you and I love them, building around toughness.
Yeah, offensively, attacking the paint, defensively, where they are engaged. And they'll send you to the foul line quite a bit, but it's a product of that hard-nosed style.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Now we know the Jazz have been up front. Before you can rebuild, Doris, you got to tear down. And that's what they've done.
And Kevin, that requires extraordinary patience. You have to be willing to trade away veterans who can contribute to winning. And you have to be willing to prolong the process in order to get max returns. But be under no illusions. Losing is hard on everyone.
And we've got an injury out on the floor. Very unfortunate as always, guys. Don't like to see this.
And I'll tell you, this is something you never like to see.
No, obviously something that, every player fears. The NBA has made player safety a priority, but injuries continue to happen.
Robinson's checked in for Thompson. They get it back. They kick out to Cunningham. Markkanen sets the pick for Cunningham. It's hauled in by Harris.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Then this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Now here is Harris. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. And it's Collier missing. Pistons leading by 10. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Plenty of pressure for a player like Cade Cunningham, asked to shoulder the load. He said, that's what I asked for, to be in the NBA, to be in these moments. I try not to shy away from them. He practices meditation, and he says it's really helped me. Anytime I need to just reset, I can do it. Guys, back over to you.
Able to dial it in. Okay, Allie, thanks. Here's Collier. Following the basket by Cade Cunningham. Pass to Bailey. Fires the three. Hits the three-point bomb. Bailey's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Utah. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Pistons. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Down low. Here's Duren. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, easy call.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight.
This is not an area where they expect him to contribute. He's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
That's good from Duren. And last season, the Utah Jazz DB finishing with the worst record in franchise history.
And that, Kevin, is a striking contrast from a period of time where the Jazz, one of the league's winningest teams. But you start to lose in the hopes that you can get high draft picks. But for all of that losing a season ago, they slide in the lottery, and patience is required yet again.
Jazz trail by 11. George passes to Bailey. That ball, nice feed that time from George. Bailey's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And with his endless length, Ace Bailey's a good option down low.
There's the lob to Markkanen. An emphatic LU jam.
Yeah, Markkanen, a big-time athlete. Set that lob up in the air and he'll finish.
Harris outside. Outside, George. Three-pointer. Duran pulls it in. Duran's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Boy, they've managed without him to a degree, which bodes well for them overall.
Pass to Bailey. Clock at 6. It's George on the wing. Over Cunningham. Detroit with the rebound. We've got 1:28 left in the third quarter. This one for 3. It's hauled in by George. Jazz trail by 11. Harris outside. George sets a screen for Harris. Another miss by Utah. For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 6 in the field here in the third. Cunningham against George. Cunningham gets the bucket. Cunningham's got the lead up to 13 now for the Pistons.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
And Kessler throws it down.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now, here's Cunningham. 6 points for him. Rebound, Utah. Harris has got 4 rebounds now tonight. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
George with the ball. From deep three-point land. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Detroit Pistons. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. Right back after this break. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this team to become competitive. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. We've got Collier. Kyle Filipowski is out there with Nurkic. Then it's Williams. And it's Sensabaugh in at the small forward. Pass to Filipowski. Levert against Williams. Goes up on the wing. Rebound, Detroit.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Robinson kicks to Cunningham. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. And the Pistons lead by 13.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And the shot goes in. Sensabaugh's got his first points of the night.
High percentage look. You can't ask for much more than that.
Cunningham passes to Holland. Now Robinson. Pass to Holland. Latre. Rebound by Williams.
Boy, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Here's Collier. And the 3 off target. Detroit leading by 11. Levert kicks to Robinson. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Cunningham for 3. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. It's him 5 for 12 so far.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. But let's see now, though, if he can get going.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. For the Pistons, Duren, he's checked in for Love. Markkanen comes in for Holland. And it's Jaden Ivey in for LeVert. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Will Hardy said to the team. He showed a lot of trust in his players. He said to them, quote, "You already know what to do, guys. Don't lose focus on the big picture now. Go out and get this win for us." Guys, back to you.
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you. That one goes. Count it.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Got it to go.
A little contact like that isn't going to do much to alter Bailey.
Pistons leading by 14. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Good! Lays it right in there.
And this is what you want on both ends, to win the battle of effort.
And that's exactly what you can control, right? Your desire, your hustle, your will to succeed.
Now, got it to go off the glass.
And you can see why they continue to call Cunningham stubborn. Once he's flipped that switch, let him go to work.
Bailey with the ball, guarded by Robinson. That one goes in.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately.
Give yourself a big round of applause.
Outside Cunningham. Here's Markkanen. Cunningham, a screen on Harris. Now Cunningham. Puts it up from 12. Kessler pulls it down. Jazz trail by 12. And to the sidelines we go as we catch you up on the story about Asar Thompson. What's the situation, Allie?
Guys, I had a moment to catch up with the Pistons head athletic trainer. They told me it's a collapsed lung, a serious situation, and we're all hoping that he's okay. This is an unfortunate setback right at the beginning of the season, and certainly not the start they were hoping for. Back to the table.
Allie, thank you for the update.
What's remarkable to me, though, is how resilient players in the NBA are and the quality of the training staff and the approach they take in the rehab process. And that really helps accelerate the return to play, which is what every organization is trying to do.
For Detroit, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Saves him with the putback.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Detroit.
Note their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside, and that was working all game long.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats, just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jalen Duren.
He showed up on the glass in a big-time way, and that really set a tone.
They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And here are the Jazz now. 8-point game. Ace Bailey. The 3 is off. And so the Pistons take the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean,